Hi everyone, I hope you're sitting down because this is so exciting. We are going to look at 5 key phrasal verbs for TOEIC. Plus, we are going to look at 4 practice questions, and I'm going to show you how to get the answer and how to improve your TOEIC score. So first we will learn these phrasal verbs, and then after that, we are going to get into the TOEIC questions. Let's get started with the first phrasal verb. Stock up. This means to buy or gather a lot of something so you have it in the future. Let's look at a couple examples. Before the baby was born, the parents stocked up on diapers so they wouldn't need to go to the store over the next month. However, the dad mysteriously had to go to the store many times, but they stocked up on diapers. Or during COVID, many people tried to stock up on toilet paper for some mysterious reason. Like for me, I went to the store, I tried to buy the whole store, I tried to stock up on toilet paper, need that TP. Now, this phrasal verb comes from the word stock. Stock is the items for sale in a store. For example, if I say, we do not have that car in stock, it is unavailable. If I say, now the car is in stock, we have it. So remember, to stock up is to gather a lot of something for future use. All right, number 2, step up. This is to volunteer, to do well in a time of pressure. All right, number 2, this is step up. If you step up to do something, you volunteer or you do very well in a time of pressure. For example, no one at work wanted to work with a difficult client. Of course not. But Tam stepped up and volunteered. Thank you, Tam. Thank you for stepping up, for being the leader. Or I was struggling in the first set of tennis, but then I stepped up my play and won the match. So here I improved it. I built upon it. Now it is common to see someone steps up and verbs. An example, all of her friends talked about doing it, but she was the one who stepped up and entered the poker tournament. She showed the courage. She showed the bravery. She lost $5,000, but she still stepped up. All right, number 3, step into the position, the role, or someone else's shoes. This is to replace someone and do their job, take their position. For example, after 25 years, Jim will resign as CEO. Somebody says, who will replace him? They say, Grace will be stepping into his shoes as CEO. Grace will be stepping into the role of CEO. I hope Grace, I just got a message. Grace has now been fired as CEO. So she stepped into Jim's shoes. It didn't work. Next example. After being the backup goalie for 2 years, Pat will be stepping into the role as starting goaltender this year. Unfortunately, it is with the San Jose Sharks. Look it up. Disaster. But if you step into a role, step into a position, or step into someone's shoes, you will start doing that job. Number 4, sink in. If something sinks in, you finally understand it. You realize the importance. Here's an example. At first, I didn't think climate change was a problem. However, the seriousness of it finally sank in when wildfires started to increase in my town. I thought the only way to battle these fires is with fire. Then it sank in that it didn't work. Okay, but if something sinks in, you start to understand it. Or the last time I went to a nightclub, it finally sank in that I don't like nightclubs. Why did I go? Why am I here? But it sank in. I finally realized it. Now, right now I am sweating, so it is sinking in that this room is too hot. Remember, sink, sank, sunk. The common form is it sank in, that subject verb. Number 5, the last one, soak up. Soak up is to absorb, take in knowledge, information, or culture. You learn this quickly just by being around it. For example, when we think of the original meaning, a sponge, I'm not holding one, but a sponge soaks up water when you clean with it. But if you talk about the information, you can soak up information, you can soak up knowledge. Here's an example. He's a new research assistant. I've never seen someone soak up so much information in such a short time. So this person is doing great. They're gathering a lot of information. Or, I find it difficult to soak up the culture of a city when you stay in a resort the whole time. I think that's true. You got to get outside of the resort. That can help you soak up the culture. Now, one thing about soak up is it always needs an object. So if I say, in training, she soaked up, this is wrong. But if I say, in training, she soaked up a lot of information, this is correct. All right, so we've looked at 5 key phrasal verbs: stock up, step into the position, the role, someone else's shoes, think in, and soak up. So now let's go to 4 TOEIC questions and find out how to get the answer. Here's the first. Well, this comes down to vocabulary and context. First, let's look at one key vocabulary where it says residents blank on essentials. Essentials is something you need. For example, if you go to the store to pick up essentials, that is food, water, medical supplies. These are essentials. So we know that in this situation, most residents, so the majority of residents, most residents, blank on things they needed because a typhoon was coming. And a typhoon is a type of storm. So they probably bought many essentials. They probably bought more than they usually buy. Therefore, they stocked up on essentials. So the answer, of course, B. Let's go to 111. Okay, we know that soaked up is a phrasal verb. That means acquire quickly, to soak up information, to soak up knowledge. We can see this is a verb. Therefore, we will not put a preposition before it. With and because of are prepositions. They need to be followed by noun forms, not verbs. So we can eliminate B and C. So now we have A and D. Now we are looking at difficult grammar called reduced adverb phrases of reason. That is way too long. I hate that name. We could call it rapport. Maybe rapport. But how do these work? It works like this. Let's look at the original sentence. Because the movie was extremely violent, it was banned in several countries. Well, those countries might be sensitive. Well, you can take out because and the movie because the subject is the same. The movie was violent. The movie was banned. So you can take out because and the movie and just start the first sentence or the first clause with ing. So you can say, being extremely violent, the movie was banned in several countries. Or, because she has a lot of spare time, she often volunteers at a local charity. Notice the subject is the same. She. So you can take out because and she and turn has into having. So having a lot of spare time, she often volunteers at a local charity. So when we look at the answer for this question, because she had soaked up most of the information, she believed she was ready to be an effective police officer. So we can take out because and she, take it out, and turn had to having. So having soaked up. So the answer is D. These are called reduced adverb phrases of reason. Check out this lesson for more details. All right, 123. Well, this is just about verb form. The forms of sink are sink, sank, sunk. We see this as present perfect. So when we use has, we will use the third form. So has watch, watched, watched. Has steal, stole, stolen. Has sink, sank, sunk. So the answer here is sunk. C. Finally, 129. This one's easy. About is a preposition. We see I'm nervous about. So we need a noun form after it. Not verb, not subject verb. So we can remove am stepping because am stepping is a verb. And be stepped because stepped is a verb. Now we have C and D. Step can be a noun, but it is a countable noun. So I take a step. I take steps. Notice there is no a or the before the blank, so remove C. The answer is D, stepping. About plus gerund. Stepping is not a verb. Stepping is a gerund noun. So the answer, D. Okay, so we learned some key phrasal verbs, learned how to tackle some difficult TOEIC questions, and I was very hot during this lesson. I don't know why. Everyone, have a great day. Please subscribe, like, share. Good luck with TOEIC.